I frequently get asked, how do you stop being socially anxious? How are you so social? How do people just seem to instinctively come at you with their hands shaked and shit, like literally coming at you to shake hands? And how are you just so smooth in social interactions? And usually I say, well, I was lucky, that's one. And then two, I developed the skill. So the lucky part for me was that basically I've always been this popular kid. I've always just had it instinctively in me to chase social interaction. And yes, there was a phase of like time in me where I specifically like zoned out, but really that was because I was going through degeneracy, and most of the kids around me didn't really go into degeneracy yet. And so, yeah, basically, I got the earlier phases of most people. And then the other part is that I actually developed the skill. See, most people say I'm socially anxious, I can't socialize, I don't know how to do this and that. But most people never ever even searched it online. Like, let's be honest. Well, did you actually search online how to stop being socially anxious, how to develop social skills? I'm pretty sure not. Most people who suffer from problems don't search it up. That's just like they see, oh yeah, I have this problem in the back of their head. And if the opportunity is offered them that like, hey, you want me to help you, then they might click on there. So most likely this was on your homepage on YouTube and then you decide to click on it. Chances are you didn't search this up and this was what the video that came up. Now sure, it can be like that. But most people just aren't like that. Most people don't search up. And so really what we want to get you to do here is actually research, actually fucking like research, read a book on this, read a book on the problem you're facing. Like I can't stress this enough, bro. Read a book on the problem you're facing. Research, watch an educational video that's 2 hours long on social skills. Why people suffer from social anxiety. It's so simple, really. And yet, most people can't even do it. Most people can't even sit down to watch a video that's 10 minutes long on fucking social anxiety. Now, this one's rare, but for some people, they know the social skills. They have it in them to talk to people. In fact, when they talk to their friends and their friend group, they're actually quite good. Like, they can really communicate. They're the ones who keep talking in the group. And yet, when they're all alone and like this person right next to them, like he wants to talk to them, but none of the two are risking it. And that's another problem we face, is that most people on this earth are just not willing to risk it. Most people are not willing to go out of their comfort zones. And a good way to actually fucking fix this is just risk it, bro. Like literally use the 3 second rule. Just like 1, 2, 3. Oh hey, how are you? Literally, you fucking spew that shit. Just risk it. Like, chances are that you might have the social skills, you're just not risking it. You just don't want to risk it. You keep stuttering and you really just, you don't want to turn your brain on. Or maybe it's just one bad experience. Maybe you had one bad experience when you wanted to get the pizza for you and your father, and then like that you couldn't, like you start fucking jittering out, and that was like your sign of, oh yeah, I have social anxiety. Oh, I have big problems of socializing. Bro, you don't, bro. You just had one bad experience, and guess what? For anyone who's ever won or lost, you know that the winner gains motivation and the loser gains fucking experience. And also, one thing that people don't mention is that the loser fucking learns faster. The winner gets motivation to keep going, but the loser fucking learns. He learns the lesson. Or at least the loser that actually wants to be a winner. And so really, this is a part of failure to success. This is your failure so that you can become better at social interaction. And so really, you've got to risk it more. You've got to keep developing the skill of social interaction. Another thing that may be causing you the fucking bad problems of not being able to socialize correctly is that you keep fucking talking. It's honestly frustrating when I see someone who's really fucking just, he keeps talking, just shut up, bro. You know? And you probably know a person like that. But chances are you might be one of these people. And you have to take this to heart. Like, I'm not saying this to offend you, I'm saying this to help you out. And I remember when I used to be one of these people, and someone helped me out like this. But it was only when I opened my head up to the idea that, hey, I could actually be a fucking, like, I could be one of these people who just talk a lot. And once I realized that, hey, most people don't even pay attention to me while I'm speaking. Because I'm not interesting. Because I'm not talking about something that interests them. And so what we need to, like, we need to get you to do is actually talk much less, but talk about something that interests the other person in front of you. It's fucking simple. And this is more so for like building friendships and relationships, but chances are you might also struggle in your friendships and relationships. This is really a multi-dimensional video on social interaction. But I mean, we struggle a lot with fucking social interaction. Like a lot of people, even in school, they just like I see this one guy who's walking around who's all alone. And it's like bro, just risk it. Talk to someone. Like I remember when I used to be a loner, and obviously I had the fucking luck of being like quite a popular kid. But even when I was alone and I didn't have any close friends, I just looked around me. I zoned out and I was like, oh wait, there's that guy sat alone and not doing anything. He just sat on his phone, just fucking, you know. And so I got out of my chair and I was crying my eyes out that like I don't have any close friends and shit. I got up, wiped my tears, went up to that dude, sat right beside him, got to know him, was genuinely interested in him. He's still my friend to this day. I go to the gym with him. It's honestly insane, bro. Literally, like this guy became one of my closest friends, and it all started from just me wiping the tears, risking it, and actually talking to the person. Day after day after day after day, and all of a sudden you've got a fucking relationship. It's absolutely beautiful. Relationships, like building social interactions, just fucking beautiful. Because you get to see the progress the relationship goes through. The hardships, and then the gaming phase, and then you go into the gym phase and the self-improvement phase. It's fucking amazing, man. It's really... Another thing also like people don't talk about is literally the benefit you get. The progress that's multiplied on every single other area. And the area itself. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't want to rant too much here, but you need to fucking get yourself in the game. And when I say in the game, I mean in the game of fucking relationships and friendships. Actually start fucking risking it. Start fucking searching around. Like in all these fucking morning chats, I talk about the stories of like me going to the gym. Like this dude like comes up to me, he's like, "You want the fucking ropes?" And it's like, "Yeah, this guy used to fucking hate," and then it's like, "Yeah, me and this guy are like cool. I use one of the principles of like how to friends don't influence people on this guy," and then all of a sudden like we're fucking good, you know. This is just we actually need to fucking develop this skill, and I've said this in the first relationships video. But we need to actually fucking focus on this. So this is kind of what I want to go through, and so I guess I'll see you, bro.